episode of Two Fat Guys Talking Flowers, where we're always going to give you the good, the bad, the ugly about flowers. I'm Fern, here with Joel on the ones and twos. We got Mimi in the house. We got Ryan on Zoom. We got Mike at Jeff Fresh North Country. And our awesome, gorgeous, good-looking, kick-ass guest is none other than Mr. Alexander Campbell of AC Floral, the man of many talents.
Woo! Social media sensation.
Sensation isn't the word. The man has 1.3 million followers on TikTok.
Wow. And that's hard.
How do you do that?
Yes.
Do you have to pay for that?
I have 5.
Do you pay for that, or that?
Well,
how does that work?
I mean, I sold my soul a few years ago, and that's basically the rest is history. No. Well, thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here today.
Very happy you're here. So we really want to know,
the subject.
how'd you sell your soul? How'd you do it? How'd you grow to that many followers? I want to know. I want to get some followers.
Okay.
How many
TikTok followers do I have, Mimi? Let me see.
Like 100?
I have 12.
I feel like you have more followers, Mike.
Well, I have
72 followers.
I need to follow Jack Fresh on TikTok as well.
Yes.
1,391.
I
have far behind.
Is that Jet Fresh or is that
No,
Mike,
that's his.
Mike
That's
Flowers?
Mike. That's Mike.
What about, okay, so I have 72 followers. I really don't
follow
post.
my TikTok.
It all starts somewhere. I had a point for like 3 months when I had 8 followers on TikTok for the longest time.
What, did you hear that, Mike? Look, you have hope. He said he had one point where he had 8 followers on TikTok.
For like 3 months, and then everything just
Yeah,
sort of
that's when they
changed.
invented TikTok in the beginning.
I think that's like part of it though, to be honest. Like when I first started, nobody was really doing flowers, especially on TikTok. It wasn't a thing. So I think it was kind of just a combination of like the perfect time when, you know, it wasn't so saturated, just hard work, I guess.
But did you always challenge your
years
followers?
ago
What's that?
That was 2021, like the beginning of 2021.
So when you started on TikTok. Okay,
Yeah.
so hold on.
Yeah.
We got to go back before that. Now we're going to go back,
Okay,
right?
good.
So how did you get in flowers? Where did you come from? We know you're from Europe, but
Yeah.
let's start in the beginning. How did you get into the business?
So, I mean, I'd always done flowers, like first with my grandmother and then with my mum, but my mum's more of a gardener, so she has beautiful gardens. And then I would always do flowers just like by myself at home.
Where are these
Gardens at?
They're in the UK. They're in the UK. So I'm from Wales originally. And then I lived in Spain for 8 years. And now I'm here in Miami. So yeah, that's that part of the story. So yeah, I would do them like at home. And then just before the pandemic, actually in the February, I went to flower school in London, to London Flower School, which isn't around anymore, which is really sad because it was such a good flower school. I know. And then, yeah, to be honest, like the pandemic happened and I really wanted to kind of get in and like do events and weddings and just like really start, but I couldn't because there was nothing to do.
You were at Spain. You were in Spain at this point.
Yeah, I was back in Spain. And then
Where in Spain were you?
in Madrid. Have you guys
Madrid.
Never. It's on my bucket list.
I've been to
You guys need to-
Barcelona.
I am
no.
67% from that region, from Spain and Portugal. That's
Seems
my
to come.
heritage, and I'm dying. It's like bucket list.
Spain
You'll
is
love it.
amazing. Spain's
Yeah.
amazing.
You'll never want to come back if you go.
That's what I say. There's siestas. You know how good. You know how I feel about naps. Naps are amazing.
The food, the siestas, everything.
The wine.
And the people, it's just the best place. But I mean, like, unfortunately, not really much for flower culture. So, like, not really very good for our industry. That's kind of why I'm
Really?
here.
Why
Yeah.
not?
They don't really have like a flower culture anyway in Spain. Like people don't really think of it. It's always something that they have to do rather than what they want to do for like a wedding, like to put flowers in. And I think as well, just culturally, maybe it's because it's a very, very hot place. So flowers don't really last very long. So they haven't really done flowers or kind of had that culture. But I'm not sure why. I don't
Yeah.
know. But it's a shame. So
It's a little different in southern.
I went to the flower market in Barcelona,
you did.
and they only had like maybe 8 flower companies in there, 7 or 8 flower companies in there, and they basically have the same selection. Some are a little bigger than others.
Yeah.
But there's definitely evidence of a flower business there. I mean, they had plants, they had hard goods, it was 2 stories, a pretty big building.
No, for sure.
And then they told me that the real flower business is in Madrid. That's where they have a lot more.
But not so much for events. I think it's for more home use, correct? Like home use, everybody buys flowers and that. But like Southern Europe is a little bit different. And this is just from what I've been told. I'm not sure about everything because the same thing I heard about Italy. Like like the where you're going to see it is more in Milan, but like in other sections, it's more about garden stuff, garden style. It's more about like consumption, like home consumption of flowers, not so much like events. And you really big on going big. Yeah.
All right. So in Spain, you were doing mainly events, parties and events. That was your thing.
I was. I mean, and kind of like bouquets and just kind of orders when people would ask for them. But for me, like my career and like how I make my income is usually through social media, or it has been. So that's kind of like part of why I wanted to move to America, because I really wanted to focus on doing bigger events and weddings and things like that, because I would travel quite a lot. Like,
what do you mean your money is made on the social media? What do you mean by that? I don't understand.
Like, so through like brand partnerships and different like digital products, but mainly brand partnerships would be how I'd make like most of my income.
Okay.
What a fun age gap question. That was a very like
No, it's a valid question.
So much ways to make money
because you're an influencer, so people are paying you to mention their products and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Is that all flower products, or is other kind of products too?
No, so I've never worked for a flower company actually doing like social media. So it's always other kind of like businesses and things, which I feel really blessed for. I've had some amazing opportunities and been able to work with really like great companies. So yeah, I do feel very lucky for that. But that's how I would make like most of my income. And that's like why I wanted to move, because I need to think of like the next 5 to 10 years of my career, and I don't know if I'll be wanting to do TikToks in like the next 5 or 10 years. So just kind of like trying to think like how it would be like moving forward.
Can you like tell us like which company, like just one sample of what company would ask you to do something for them?
Yeah, so
on TikTok or on social media?
I'd say like, well, yeah, my biggest job and like the one I'm most proud for, I was in Disney last year in Orlando. So they flew me out from Madrid, me and my 2 best friends. And that's actually kind of why I'm in Miami too, because I was going to move to LA and we went to Orlando and then we did a vacation in Miami and I loved it. So that's why I came back to live here.
I think that's super cool that Disney sent a jet for you.
Yeah. Well, they didn't send a jet. I went commercial, but they did fly me first class, which was great.
It wasn't Ari Gold sending out, you know.
Yeah.
It was,
okay, so they flew you in, and what did you do at Disney that they flew you in? Well, so I'm really intrigued by that.
Yeah, no. So lots of my work, like if you see me on social media, I do kind of like bouquets inspired by things, which I guess is a whole other conversation why I do that, but that's kind of like what I do. So I'd done lots of Disney bouquets before. And then they wanted me to come in to do like 6 different bouquets inspired by 6 different kind of attractions or kind of like areas in the parks. Nice. There was like a Pandora bouquet, like a Beauty and the Beast one, and like we'd make them there, like within the exhibits. And
that was cool.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Did they pick the exhibits, or did they select them for you?
They did the initial scouting of, I think it was 8 or maybe 10 locations, and then I could choose 6 from that. So yeah.
That's fun.
It was great.
Did you get to do Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, I didn't do it. We went on the ride, but we didn't do that bouquet. Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
So like they have their own full service like flower department, or had. I heard.
No, they do.
Changed.
They still do.
Sure.
They do.
So they had a full blown, and they used to every so often Disney used to order from us some hippie psychedelic roses for one of their parties, but it'd be like 1 box, and you're like, man, these people buy truckloads, but they only bought 1 box from us.
Yeah.
But I thought it's really interesting. They flew you in, and then you spent how many days at Disney? And what did you do?
How many days were it? Was 4 days, I think, but we had 3 shooting days when we were there, and then the other day was just kind of like to get them on the team and get them on the parks. And I was very emotional actually for the whole time, because it was just like a real pinch me moment and just a time to kind of just recognize like all the blessings and like how lucky I was to be there. So yeah, it was quite emotional.
And somebody from Disney found you over the social media? They found you that way?
Yeah, I guess so.
That's so cool.
So cute.
No,
so
it was amazing.
He does these amazing bouquets. Like I saw your Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh my God, I love that one.
I love that.
With the kangaroo claw was perfect. I didn't think of those. No. And that's what I wanted to know. Like, that's true. Like, you do these awesome mashups, I would like to say, like flower mashups. Do you listen to the audience, or do you come up with what's going on trend?
A bit of both, but mainly listening to the audience. So yeah, if they tell me to do something, I'll usually
I'm gonna make him make me a Muppet one then.
Oh my gosh, great idea. I would.
That's a fun one. Is the US your biggest, like where your main base of fans is?
Yeah, it is. And that's, again, like another reason for the move. Just like my manager's here in the States, and it's where most of my followers are. So yeah, that's why I wanted to come.
So fun.
Your
We're suckers
manager?
for the
You have a
accent,
manager?
Say it again, sorry?
You have a manager, like an agent that takes care of all your stuff?
I do, but that's just for social media things. So she's in charge of the negotiations, the reading of the contract, and I'm so grateful to her. I mean, she's a great person, she really is. But for me, I always find it very difficult to like talk about money and like kind of say like this is how much I'm worth.
Absolutely,
and especially with kind of these campaigns, like sometimes the money involved is huge, like, and it's something that I would feel so uncomfortable kind of like saying and like standing my ground for. But she does all of that, so yeah, I'm very grateful. So I don't have to kind of get involved.
Fern did say
she's your Ari Gold. She's your Ari Gold.
She's his Ari Gold. I love that.
Fern did say how
That's
gorgeous
awesome.
Alex is, and I'm sure everybody, once you like not just hear his voice, because he does a lot on social media, but like when you see him, I feel like you would have to compete with the flowers, like, you know what I mean, like with your when you're making them, you know, like I'm like, am I looking at Alex and how cute he is, or am I looking at the flowers?
Some of the TikToks, he doesn't have a shirt on. He's wearing just a smock. You know, this guy's out there killing it. He's on TikTok.
Great
1.3 million followers. It's all women.
But I'm sure, like, for instance, you just recently did one for the new movie that just came out, the book.
It ends with
It
us.
Ends with Us, right?
Yeah, so that was a paid campaign.
That was a paid
as well.
campaign as well. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that because I saw a couple different florists doing so there's a new movie, Mike, coming out, or it just came out. It calls It's End With Us. It's a Colleen Hoover book, and then it's about a florist. So her name is Lily Bloom, and she has like a floral shop, or the floral shop's Lily Bloom. I'm not sure. I didn't read the book yet. But they had a bunch of challenges to see like different florists to come out and get featured on the thing. So I didn't know if it was a challenge, but I know that they had picked some people too. So you were a picked one.
Yeah, it was a paid
Nice.
campaign. So I didn't know who else was going to be doing it. They said that there were a few different florists. So it was really nice when the campaign did go live to see everybody's work. And how we all kind of like interpreted the book
Completely
in flowers.
different. Yeah, I saw that too. I love that.
Well, what's the book about? What happens to this florist?
It's a love story, or also it's a story about not so much love. It's
not really
it's
about flowers.
domestic violence, actually.
Yeah.
But it does take place in a
Domestic violence in the flower shop?
No, not in the flower shop. It's a very
They interpreted scenes or parts from the book with flowers. You know.
Oh no,
It's
no.
art.
Yeah.
That's
What Alex did. Yeah.
That's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sid's pissed at me.
Sorry.
Sorry, Sid.
Oh, Sid. I was like, what happened?
I haven't taken him out to run yet today, so we walked 3 miles, but I guess that ain't enough for him.
Oh, so what type of dog is he?
Ooh, a beautiful. What is it?
Malamute.
Belgian Malinois.
Yeah.
He's a
No,
freak
no.
of nature.
And a part
He's a
golden
freak.
doodle.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's an athlete. He's an
He's
absolute
half
athlete.
Labradoodle,
Yes.
half Belgian Malinois.
I
So-
bet he's beautiful.
So once you got here to the States, that's how we met Alex. We met Alex at AIFD.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Angeline from Floriology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Introduced us,
1-800.
right?
Angeline's a great person.
1-800.
She's been
She
so
was
kind
there.
to me. Yeah. Lovely, lovely lady.
And then we had the pleasure of seeing him at SAF too. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like now, you know,
That's it. We're family.
we're
No, he's
Yeah.
been here shopping and everything. Who's the young lady that's with you?
With Arianis.
Is she your manager?
No. She's my friend. So we actually met in London when we both did the same flower course together before the pandemic.
Oh,
and
that's cool.
as you've probably seen, I'm not the most punctual of people, and neither is she. So we both arrived really late that day, and we were both sat at the back, and there were tables of 2. So it was just
that was it.
Yep, and you know how flowers are; you just bond really quickly, and it's like really nice connection. So yeah, she was living in Orlando at the time, and then she moved to Miami 2 years ago, I want to say. So yeah, she's a good friend to me here, and that's why we come flower shopping together. So.
Awesome.
And she's very, very talented.
What's the name? What's the name of her company again?
Atala Flowers, Atala. Yeah, she just opened it like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
In Upper Buena Vista. So
Now,
it's
do you guys have a storefront or a place that you do your work, or you do it out of your home? How do you?
Right now, I'm doing everything out of my Airbnb because I still just got here, but it's okay. I don't mind. So yeah, depending on how stuff goes here, which hopefully, touch wood, it goes well, then I'll get a studio at some point. But for now, I'm kind of chill, just doing my stuff at home.
Absolutely, yeah.
And, yeah, you know, it works for me right
I
now.
have a hypothetical question for you.
Okay.
what if your wholesaler had a space for you to use that was temperature controlled and there was access to water and all those things, and all you would have to do is clean up after yourself when you're done?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Would that be exciting to you?
That would. If that space exists, that would be great.
Stay tuned. Coming soon.
Okay.
It exists on paper right now.
Right
Really?
now,
It exists on the paper right behind you.
Wow.
This is going to be our new home.
This is the future,
I
the
love
Jet
that.
Fresh future.
Where is this going to be here?
No.
No?
We're going to, close by, close enough.
And you're going to be renting out just for like events and things, or kind of like full-time studio spaces too? Or a bit of both?
No, we'll have a production space rental. So
Wow.
it'll be limited with how many people could work in there at the same time, but you can do you'll be able to run a full event.
That's amazing.
Out of that space.
Because sometimes I do think, like, imagine if somebody asked me to do a big thing in the next couple of months, like I literally can't do that for my Airbnb. So,
But
that's good to know.
you've been making a lot of friends in the Miami scene, right?
Yeah, I'm
I
trying
know that
hard.
you're friends with Eddie at Pedal and Kalma
Yeah.
and everybody. Like, so I feel like Miami's been very welcoming to Alex.
It really has.
Yeah,
People have been
exactly.
so
They're-
kind.
Flower
Really.
people aren't mean here.
Yeah.
Or I don't think flower people are mean anywhere, right? Maybe in LA.
I think the importer side maybe is more competitive than they're very
Definitely more
competitive, but at the same
competitive on
time
the
they work.
other
They're
side.
willing to work together, and there's a lot of like you'll go do jobs and you'll partner up with people and you'll work. You might share a studio or share a space
Yeah.
or rent a space from a lot of these other florists because
yeah.
they all have stronger together kind of scenario.
I would say as well, just from my perspective, like the difference between Europe and America is that here it's way more collaborative, and back home it's very competitive. So it's really nice to come and everybody is nice and nobody kind of talks behind your back or says kind of mean things. So yeah, here people are very friendly.
Do you feel like that is because of like your stature and your current status, or do you feel that's natural? That's how the U.S. actually is.
I think that's how people are here. I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I like to think.
I like to think that too.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I would like to think that, right?
Yeah.
But I think some people take advantage of certain people in certain scenarios.
And Alex
That's
kind of
true.
fits in Miami too because he also speaks perfect Spanish. His Spanish is gorgeous because it's like, from Spain.
Oh.
It's British Spanish.
It's British Spanish.
Yeah.
I was trying to say something in Spanish and in an English accent, and I broke my brain for a second.
You can't do you can't do
In an-
Spanish in an English accent.
I tried to. I broke my brain. It just
Mi
doesn't work.
correo. No, I don't even know. Like you can't do it because it sings Spanish sings. You know what I mean? And a British accent.
Of course you
have
can.
to do
I
something
totally
different.
broke my brain. It's terrible.
You can do it. You can do it.
So
yeah.
talk to us. What led you to write your book, Flower Academy?
So I had this on like my manifestation board when I first started out, but it wasn't really like a big thing. I was like, oh, it would be nice to do a book at some point. And then
You had it on what?
like
On your what is that?
A vision board. You don't have a vision board, Mike?
like kind of, I don't know how to put it, like a list of things that I want to accomplish in my career.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just to kind of like
I got a
keep
legal
me-
pad.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Just to
use a
kind of keep
legal
me
pad. I
focused
got
on the
a
right
long
track.
list.
But I wouldn't, it was kind of
Okay.
maybe like halfway down. It wasn't a huge thing. And then at the end of 2021, I got an email from the publisher asking if I'd like to do a book. And I said yes. And then the rest is history. So that was 2021. And it was supposed to come out last year in 2023, but we actually had kind of a big problem with it. So it got delayed by a year, but I'm very happy with how it is now. And I think it looks great. I still haven't read it cover to cover. Obviously, I wrote the book. I did the book. So I've read it like a billion times, but I haven't like sat down to read it because I think one of my main fears with the book was that it's so permanent, because with social media, if I don't like something, I can delete it after
Take
Right.
it
an
down,
hour, a day,
take
a
it
month,
down, and
whatever.
It's a wrap.
But this is forever. Like I can't unprint a book. So I don't know, just the permanence of it kind of worries me. So I can't like sit down and like read
Is that
it.
like
So-
a how-to book or your story in a book?
Yeah, it's a how-to book. We wanted to kind of, so me and my photographer Rafa, who's so talented when you see the book, like really, I think the reason why
The
it's so
photos are
good,
great.
yeah, it's not the flowers, it's the photos. Like he's incredible. And our publisher was great. Like they really kind of, they helped do the structure because they needed like a certain amount of things in the book. And then they were like, do what you want. So they gave us full creative control.
Nice.
Yeah, which was really amazing. And I can't remember why I started saying about that, guys. Well, I've lost my train of thought.
Well, I think what I love about the book, aside from all the beautiful photography, is I love how it it reads like a recipe book, but it also has a little bit more, like there's more to it. He explains why he's doing things and then gives you like flowers, supplies, and then he goes and there's a glossary at the end that gives you all of that. I mean, the book is fabulous. The pictures are just
and it
very
says it at the
impactful.
end. It's how did they describe it on the back?
But who did you dedicate? Who's Queenie?
My grandmother.
Your grandmother?
Yeah.
I love it. You hear that, Mike?
It's where you got the flowers start. Yeah, I get it. I love it.
I love it.
I feel her with me every
A
single day. To be
dazzling
honest, so-
master class in floral design.
There's a lot of like color contrast, and I think that's what I
Yeah.
love about your work is that you're not
Thanks.
afraid to mix flowers. You're not afraid to like put in you're not like a lot of the people, they get snobby about dyed flowers or coloring flowers,
gosh.
and you don't do that, which I love.
No,
I
he
don't
also
judge
did
anything.
something. I was looking on TikTok the other day, and it was like black flowers, and it was like showcasing blackness in flowers, and with some natural and something that looked color enhanced. Really good job.
Oh, thank you. But no,
So
I
do you
remember my
play
train
with
of
color enhanced flowers? You
I do.
incorporate that in your.
I do, because like a lot of
Yeah.
my social media as well is kind of like this inspired by stuff, and to be able to do those bouquets and videos successfully, it's all about color. It's not really about the type of flower. Like you need something that instantly people they see it because they have like 1 or 2 seconds to see the arrangement, and they need to be able to read it like straight away. So the easiest way to do that is with color, because for these characters that we know from movies or TV, they all have a very specific color palette. So yeah, that's why I love color enhanced flowers.
I have a cocktail recipe book based off of Disney characters.
Oh my goodness.
You should totally do a flower one based off of Disney characters. Like the
Yeah.
recipe book, you can do it. And we have all the hippie psychedelic roses. Like you should do Elsa with our with our Frozen collection. I know all of it. Maybe I'm gonna be.
I mean, I know he's a new customer of ours, but like once he gets his hands on the hippie roses and realizes that you could literally do any color you want in a rose to match any theme
Gosh.
or brand, the possibilities are endless. So
Well, I love your
hope-
roses. I remember when we
Yeah,
met in
so I
Orlando
imagine.
and you were showing them all like the painted ones, the kind of the leopard
Yeah.
print ones down my mind, the ones with the barcodes on them. So amazing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
now
the-
my Spotify plays randomly. Who is it?
Taylor Swift.
Oh, really?
Taylor Swift.
'Cause you
is
scanned it so
'cause
many
I
times.
scanned it so many times that it
Burns an
has me-
undercover Swiftie.
Now my Spotify thinks I'm a Swiftie. It's terrible.
It's okay to let your secrets out, Fern. We know.
It goes
Yeah.
from
Okay.
gangster rap
There's no judgment.
to Taylor Swift. It's really intense.
What era are you in, Fern? What era are you?
Oh, I'm a late '90s, early 2000s.
No, Taylor Swift
I have
era.
no, what the hell's a Taylor Swift era? So what's next for you? What do you got coming up? Talk to me.
Great
Give
question.
us a little insight, a little sneak peek.
So I don't know. I feel like part of being here in America is that like I'm so open to everything, and to be honest, just generally in life, I do say yes to everything anyway. But really, like more so here, I'm saying yes to literally everything, and I'm just open to whatever, like the universe or God or whoever wants for me. And I know there's a specific plan, so I'm just staying open and just kind of
Seeing what comes your
Yeah.
way, enjoying the States. Have you ever before you went to Orlando, had you ever come to the States?
I had. I've been to LA a few times because my manager's there. And then I've done the East Coast quite a lot because my ex used to work quite a lot in Boston. So I've been to kind of like all of that area. And I always have layovers in Texas randomly. So I feel like I know Texas without actually knowing it.
Well,
So-
and recently you went to Montana.
I did. And I'm going back actually
You're
in 2
going back,
weeks.
yeah.
Really
With-
excited.
I'm a huge fan of who he went to go see in Montana.
Who'd you go see?
Julio, the flower hat. Do you know him?
You don't follow him? Oh man, he's
yeah.
awesome.
He's
Flower hat?
a very, very nice person, very kind, very talented. And Montana is beautiful, really. I didn't think I'd have much time to do any tourism because like I was there as a freelancer, like working for Julio. But the thing, Montana is huge. So like the distances between places are really, really long.
Yeah.
Which was, and
Is that where
beautiful drives.
Yellowstone is, Montana?
Yes.
Is that Yellowstone?
Yeah, I think
Yellowstone
so.
is filmed in Montana,
Yellowstone.
right?
Or is it
It's
Yosemite?
filmed in Montana, but
No, but I think
Yellowstone's
he
in
means the
Wyoming.
Park.
Oh.
Are you talking about the park?
No, I'm talking about the TV show with
Oh.
Rip. My wife loves Rip. The big guy with the beard.
My wife loves Rip too.
Oh,
And then God forbid I say
I
anything
think
about
everyone's
any woman.
wife loves Rip.
Yeah.
My question is that Montana the same?
I think it is, isn't it?
I think it's filmed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Everybody was talking about the
Okay.
series. So
Oh, see,
It's gorgeous out there. It's beautiful.
Wow.
It's scenic.
a lovely place.
I went there as a kid.
yeah,
I was
it's
bored.
gorgeous.
I was bored, but
I'm curious what kind of like American like staples you're into. Like, is there something
I
like super
am
American that you
into
really like?
all of them, everything. So all of the food, I've been doing a big tour of Cheesecake Factory, Olive Garden, Hooters. I went to recently, love it.
Classics, yeah.
Hooters, you went to
Classic.
Hooters.
God,
Love
it was great.
I love Hooters, by the way. It's one of my favorites. Yeah.
I had a great time. What other American things am I doing? I really want to go to a sports game. I don't care what sports game
we
it is.
just went to the Marlins game
Yeah, we
last
went
night.
last night.
We should have told you to come on.
I want to wear like a
Yeah.
foam finger and have like
we could have done the podcast
extra
at
large
the
drink.
Marlins game.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So
That's amazing.
just staying open to all these things, I feel like it's important for my cultural assimilation.
I think so too. Yeah, I think it's fun.
So, Mike, you weren't there, unfortunately. We missed you at the Marlins game. But yesterday, originally, you saw how Jimmy was being interviewed and they were asking him questions about Miami. Originally, they went to Jason.
Jason couldn't
And
function.
Jason he got super nervous and then he couldn't talk. And then he was like, I know nothing about Miami. And then,
But you
at
know
one
what?
point-
They said that to him, and when you looked at the other responses, 'cause
Jason knows where all the good Chinese food spots are. He told me like some really good ones.
but he
His
showed.
family's Chinese, so that makes perfect sense.
But the competition was basically like almost like a Family Feud kind of thing, right? Or
Yeah.
And so you had to have so they asked him, think of a Miami celebrity, and he said J-Lo, and they started laughing at him. The guy that was on the opposite side was J-Lo, so I was like, why is everyone
he said
laughing at
Dwayne
him?
Wade. And then that's when they were like,
Oh,
okay.
I thought they were laughing at him for J-Lo, and I was like, why?
no.
J-Lo?
Supposed to say Gloria Estefan.
Well, he
That's
did.
what Jimmy
And
said.
that's how
That
he
was what
won.
Jimmy said,
That's how
yeah.
he won.
Yeah. Gloria Estefan. Is that what Jimmy said?
Yeah, he won. So that's awesome.
Jimmy-
Okay, so if you could
Wow.
pick a sport, you could have any sport because we could literally go to all of them. Which sport would you pick?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't mind any of them are fine. As long as I have like,
Like an Inter Miami game,
yeah,
the soccer
that's
to
fine.
see Messi.
All the merch, just like being there, the atmosphere, like
The merch-
the sport's like the second place for me.
I will say of all the merch for the Miami teams or even the Florida teams, I do like the Inter Miami. I like that pink and black. That logos that looks good.
So I bought Logan a Messi pink and black set with shorts and this. And every day when he gets home from school,
he changes into
changes
that.
into
That's cute.
and he's like, I'm Messi, and he runs around with his soccer ball. He like forgot about jujitsu because I had him in jujitsu.
Yeah.
He's like, when the soccer
I
start,
thought it was
I'm Messi.
Spider-Man. That he
No, he gave up on that. Now he's Messi every
Jared.
day.
Jared's son JJ, obviously he plays soccer. He's got in his closet, he's got a shelf with just his soccer jerseys, and he pulls them out and he takes each one. He shows you the team and the player. He's like, "This is Messi, this is Ronaldo," and he pulls
that's
out each
cute.
single one. It's really cute. Yeah.
That's cute. So have you done all the touristy spots in Miami as well already? Like, have you been to Domino Park and you've been to
No, what's Domino?
Vizcaya?
Maybe I.
Vizcaya? Yeah.
Oh, I've been to Vizcaya. What's Domino Park?
It's like where the old Cuban people sit and play dominoes, but it's like
That's
Calle
cute.
Ocho. Have you been to
Oh
Calle
yeah,
Ocho?
I love Calle Ocho.
Yeah,
It's great. I mean,
So it's right on Calle Ocho where all the history is. It's a little
okay.
park called Domino Park, and it's really that. It's just old people sitting down playing domino, but it's like competitive dominoes.
I feel
Like,
like
it's
that's
intense.
also a series like of you moving here, like places that you've been inspired, like like
yeah.
your art, your because I see your flower pieces and I feel like they're art pieces. So I like that. I think it would be cool to do like a Miami series.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
I know. Well, look
Yeah.
at that. I'm just.
Mimi's full of ideas. We all know that.
Mimi's trying to be
I'm
a manager.
to be a TikTok star too. I got Fern on the
Aw.
TikTok channel of the challenge of "Give me my money."
Oh, you got me good. Do you see?
That was
Did
a
you
great
see that
video.
one, Mike? Did you see
Yeah,
what
he
they
called
did to
us
me?
weird.
I didn't understand what the hell you're
doesn't-
talking about.
Yeah, he didn't get it.
So
but-
the whole concept, I didn't know the concept, right? Mimi set me up. I knew she was setting me
Aw.
up. But the whole concept is you get somebody really excited and really enthusiastic, right? And you're cheering for people
to make
before
different
them.
ways to say "Give me my money."
And
or-
then when the one person says it, no one cheers. So like I was cheering enthusiastic for Mimi and for CJ, and then when it comes up to me, they just looked and laughed at me.
Oh no.
Bitches.
that's exactly what he said.
yeah,
That was a
I would
natural,
love to.
natural reaction.
Do you do all the socials, Mimi, for Jack Fresh?
No, this is a total teamwork here. But
Nice.
in fact,
Good for
I
you.
only do the cheesy stuff. So basically,
I was-
listeners
if
out
you-
there,
yeah.
Don't you think we should have 1 million followers from our social media?
You should.
what were you gonna say, Ryan?
We're,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, well,
Why do we have
we're
1
not-
million?
Because
Did we-
we're B2B,
Did we ever
and we
post
don't
the Jesse
promote to
thing?
the. What just her cursing at this guy Edwin? Don't fuck
So
up my
Mike,
customers.
we got Jesse cursing at Edwin. She goes, "Don't fuck up my orders. I'm gonna come back and fuck you up." So,
Where's that at? I didn't get a copy
No,
of
they
that.
didn't
not.
I want
post
to make
it.
that
They
my
didn't share
ringtone.
it. I
when she
thought it was
calls
the
me.
greatest thing
Ryan
ever.
is 100% right. We're B2B. We got to be careful what we post. And
No,
stuff.
we can post that. I don't mind posting that. I don't
I
really
thought
remember
that was
the
the
video.
funniest thing I've ever heard, and it was natural. It wasn't her trying to say anything.
So
She was
basically,
just
Can you have it
being honest.
recorded?
Yeah.
Somebody
Joel,
recorded
you
it.
got it, right?
Yeah.
Joel, you got to
Play
share
it.
that with
I wanna
Mike.
hear
Play
it.
Can you play it?
Play it right
You got
now.
it on your phone?
So basically,
Oh,
all the
yeah.
social
No,
stuff
no,
that
he
you see
doesn't
that's
have
super
it.
cheesy is me. All the
Nice.
stuff that's super artsy is usually Ryan or Joelle. But I'm the mom stuff.
Joel
I'm the-
does good with the trends too. Joel,
But I'm the demographic. Like our followers are mostly women around my age.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
so you don't do any of those like. You kind of stick to your stuff because that's
I do.
what goes with your algorithm, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Do you
Do you have a
change-
separate feed for like personal stuff or like other or just to not flower related stuff?
I don't. I mix it all together. Sometimes, I mean, like at the start, I didn't want to separate it because I was like, no, it's my personal brand. Like it's all one of the same. And then kind of with time, I think like, oh, maybe I should. But
No.
yeah.
No, yours vibes real because I think you have a genuine presence.
Yeah.
Like I was
try.
talking to somebody and they were saying, no, my voice on TikTok is so different from who I am in real life. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense that you have two or four. Well, me, I have three, you know. But it's just because I feel like my friends who are into my stuff are not going to be into the flower stuff. And they think I'm weird. So that's why I'm
No.
Floral fangirl on the other side. But that's your persona, you know, that's who you are. So I think that's cool that you can share it authentically, you know.
I tried. I think that's the most
do you
important
take
thing.
breaks, social media breaks?
Not breaks. There's times when I'm a lot slower than other times, which like was very hard in the past. But now I just feel like I'm kind of like 3 years into my career. I'm kind of like comfortable with where I'm at
And you
that I
can
can do that.
separate it from like your mental. You know how social media can like give you that mental fog? You kind of, since it's your business, you can
Yeah.
separate, right?
Yeah. I can a lot more now. Like in the past, it wasn't always that way, but now I feel like, you know, I've got a good balance between everything and it doesn't like stress me out too much anymore.
Do you have like a regimen? Like I must post every day. at
I
this
should.
time?
I really should. To be honest, for me, like the sweet spot is if I can post like 2 to 3 times a week, which I know isn't really that much kind of on social media, but for me, that's just like what's always worked best for me. But now, like since moving to America, I'm like once a week, once every 10 days at best, which is terrible, but you know, it's just where I'm at right now. And I kind of,
Still
I
have
understand that.
1.3 million followers.
No,
That's still
but
pretty
also
damn
it's
good.
a lot about how you interact with your, like, I've always noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, Ryan and Joelle, like with your TikToks, like the first 10 or 15 get the responses from the comments, right? The rest of them don't. Is that on purpose or like you only respond to a certain amount just to get the,
For me,
yeah, for anybody? I'm just saying, I figured you're like a master
You could
already.
be there all day replying to people. That's a full-time job
Yeah.
sometimes.
it is, but it's so important. I think like in the past, I was so focused on like growing and getting more followers and getting out there. And now I think my emphasis is more on like community and like, so for me, that just is kind of responding to every single comment and every message. And it takes a long time, but it's so important because
See?
people need to feel seen. And like at the end of the day, if people like go out of their way to follow you and to leave a comment or like a video or something, that's like helping your career. So the least we can do is reply. And I think that's
Right.
what we should all
Have
do.
you ever had a stalker?
No, thankfully. Well, at least I don't
Internet
think.
stalker?
Don't worry. You just moved to Miami.
Don't
There's
worry, you
plenty
just
of
met
time.
Mimi.
There's
I know.
plenty of time to get a stalker.
So you built this amazing following on social media. You wrote a book. You moved to Miami.
I did.
You got all these things. What's next for you? What's on the list? What are you doing next? What's your next?
What else
big-
is on the manifestation board?
That's what he wants
Yeah,
to know.
done that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Make $1 million and then go back to Spain, I guess.
Oh, yes.
No.
Are you gonna plan to go back to Spain at some point?
Let's see, because I don't know. I would like to. I really would. I love America. I really do. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for all the opportunities. And I do think there are so many opportunities. So I don't want to think too much about the future because it not that it stresses me out, but there's just so many things that could happen within the next 6 months to a year for me that
100%.
I don't want to put like time limits on things or kind of, you know, I just want to do that. So let's see.
A lot of it is about the connections that you're making with people and the people you meet, because those can inspire you or they can open doors for you so much. So it's really important for you to continue that process of you saying yes to everything. I mean, a lot of people are big on saying no to a lot of things. Like, it's not part of my brand. It's not part of this. It's not part of that. But for you right now, this is, I mean, it's also your age. It's, you know, it's the vibe that you need right now. So I get that.
Yeah, I would never say no to anything anyway. I mean, like, if the work doesn't interest me, I don't have to post about it. Nobody like has to know that I've done that job. So I always just say yes to everything. So you never know what could happen.
Are you doing any freelance work with event people here in Miami, or are you just doing your own thing and that's it?
So I'm open to it. And I've met like a few different people who are like, oh, when we've got stuff, we'll let you know. So yeah, but the only freelancing I've done is just with Julio in Montana so far. So yeah, but definitely open when the stuff.
And he gets to use a lot of the stuff that he grows because he has a flower farm, right?
He does.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing. You should go.
The flower hat.
Flower hat.
Yeah, I just followed him. I wasn't following
He's
him.
amazing.
Yeah, he's really cool, Mike. You like his
You should
stuff.
message him to go next summer, Mimi, to do some freelancing for a week or something.
We'll see.
Or bring him to Miami.
I have a
for the
lot to do
podcast.
next summer. I got to go to some place up in New York. I got to go visit my family in Spain eventually before they start killing me.
Your family are in Spain?
Yeah, I have
didn't know
in
that.
La Canarias. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
nice.
in Tenerife. So they're kind of upset that I
Beautiful.
haven't gone. But
You need to go.
yeah,
You're on timeout, Mimi.
I know.
You got that clip, Joel? Listen to this.
Oh, listen to
Okay.
Jesse.
This is going to go viral if we
When
ever
you see
post it.
Oh boy.
Otra vez, así dijo como dijiste, dale, para
And then
recordar.
look,
If I fuck what?
if you fuck my shit up, I will fuck your ass up when I get back.
This is her, and this is the guy she's talking to. Look how tiny she is.
It's the greatest thing. It's the greatest clip.
She's
I'm
so
telling
tiny.
you.
Does she know you have that recording?
She
Does
knows.
know
She
it?
gave us permission. She gave us permission. As long as we didn't make her look terrible. She gave us permission.
I like to make it
People
my
would love that.
ringtone when she calls me.
Fuck my shit.
So can
up.
you give us any tips on starting our TikTok and growing our account? Because Joel doesn't seem to want to.
What? I
Grow
think you
our
guys are doing
TikTok.
great for one. I see you doing all the trends and like, yeah, you guys are doing great for one, but I don't know. Just tips is so difficult because social media, it changes so quickly.
Yeah.
Like really, I mean, just this summer, like how we've gone from Brat Summer to now where everyone's like so demure and everything that literally
yeah.
happened
Oh,
overnight.
I was joking
Mind-
about that yesterday.
Very mindful.
But isn't it crazy?
So,
Like
I was joking with Mia. Mia almost had a heart attack. She almost killed me. I'm like, look how I'm driving. Very mindful. Very demure.
Mike has no idea what we're talking about.
just trends on
His
social media.
his feed is so much different. I think I wonder. No, I got to see what his FYP looks like.
It's super funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. You guys just keep on doing what you're doing. Like it's amazing
Yeah.
what you do, and like if you're having fun doing it, that's the main thing too.
Well,
you
we
know?
have a lot of fun doing it. And the thing is like Joelle gave me a tip today. I did a recap of our Marlins game. And Joelle's like, Mimi, speak over it. I'm like, no way. I sound so funny. But I did use the AI to cover my voice because if not, it sounded all squeaky like, hi, guys, it's Mimi.
Aw.
I can't. I can barely. So my kids, we were driving to the first day of school and the Two Fat Guys podcast came out on my Spotify and they're like, what? Mom, that's so weird. Get off of the car. They were like, that's so weird. I'm like,
Kids
yeah.
are supposed to hate. It's
No,
part
it's
of their
okay.
job. It's
Yeah.
part of it's what they do. They gotta hate on their parents. Don't
It's
worry,
okay.
Mimi. Be you.
I
Don't
know.
be shy. Don't be shy. We just gotta do more TikToks, all right, Joel? You gotta do more TikToks. You can't stop.
Yeah, I will.
This is all you'll hear from him. The
Is
whole
Joel in
episode.
charge of the TikTok, the company TikTok? Joel, that's his.
It's
Well,
it's
Ryan-
all of us.
But
all of
Ryan
us.
gave him a challenge because Joel clearly is of the TikTok age. I'm phasing out very quickly, but
Whenever that challenge that came around, I was like, oh, if I get like 50,000 views, my boss will give me like, I don't know, X amount per view, whatever. Like whenever that trend was around, like earlier in the year, whatever, we gave that challenge to Joel and I haven't had to pay him anything
what
yet,
was
so.
your
I gave you gold, Joel. I gave you Jesse's video and I got her to prove it. That right
I
there.
had that
would've
one video
gave
that
it
had
to you.
like 300K.
That's great.
That was the first time.
It was a
we did
golf video.
challenge.
It was a golf video.
It was a
It was a golf
golf
video.
video.
That's how funny it
Really?
we need to go
Yeah.
with
It
we
was
need
an
to get
office
viral
golf
with
video.
flower
It was a freaking golf
stuff.
video.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Well, you still went viral. That's still great.
Yeah,
Mike
we take
Mike
it.
has
We
had
take-
viral
We take all the
moments.
wins.
Marcus have more viral moments with flowers on Instagram. Yeah, he had like 120,000. That's the last time I looked at it. I don't know how many it went to after.
He has 1 million. 120,000.
No,
is not even
we grade ours. We grade
ballpark.
ours on a curve. We are not a brand like a worldwide brand. We're in the flower industry. Like it's a very subset community of people who would be following us or seeing our stuff. Like so, when we get a couple hundred, like 500 or 1,000 something, like that's a win. Like that's good for our industry. Like you go to other wholesalers, they're getting 20, 30 likes a post. Like,
is social media all about the numbers though?
No.
Is it really about that?
Not at all.
Is it all about the numbers?
No.
Not at all.
no.
If you want to
Especially
make money,
nowadays.
hold on. If you want to make money and you want to monetize your social media, yes, it's all about the numbers.
But not
But
necessarily.
we're not doing
necessarily.
it. We're not doing it to monetize.
Micro
We're doing it.
influencing is a thing. Like
It's
it all
huge
depends
now.
on your community base and what your message is and how you represent yourself. Like there's an audience for everything and everybody. You just need to find the right person to represent what you want to represent.
Right.
But
And you guys, how many followers do you have at Jack Fresh right now?
On Instagram, over 30,000.
30?
But so that's probably more valuable than having like 300,000 because for you guys, I guess they're all like Florida, Miami based, and that translates directly.
have
Well, they're flower based.
Yeah, we have a big
so they're
following.
relevant
They're
followers.
relevant followers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So people that are following us either love us, are into us, or hate us and want to see what we're doing.
I can't imagine there's many of those.
There's your
That's
200.
that's what he was getting
There's
at with the 200
there's your
views.
200
That's what he was
views
getting at.
and one like. You know, it's the people just want to
So
spy.
it's competitors.
Nosy people.
Competitors checking us out.
Yeah, some people aren't allowed to like.
Hey, no, but that's also awesome because you want people.
Yeah,
to
I
wanna
think
be like
people
you.
that work for other companies can't like it because their bosses will frown upon that.
Yeah.
They like that if they saw that they
It's
like.
And I
possible.
don't think you care about that, Mike, because I like everything on my flower fan
I don't
page.
care.
I know I follow a lot of quote unquote competitors or people that in the other.
I don't care
No,
about
aspect.
I encourage when they
I
do
love
something
that.
cool on social media. Yeah, hell yeah, do
I
it
like
again.
it. Yeah, I like to share
Makes
the
it,
love.
makes it better for the community.
Also, liking kind of like changed a little bit. You used to like things a lot more. Now it's kind of like you just like passively going through feeds and like maybe you like one or two things, but
People
more
don't scroll
specific.
as much now. I don't know about you guys. I just when I go on Instagram, I like reply to my messages and just watch my friends' stories.
Yes, exactly. I only want to see people that I want to see stuff. Right.
Yeah.
So wait, are you driving in Miami yet?
No, I can't drive. Like I've never learned
Why?
to drive.
You've never learned to
I don't have
drive.
a license, so just being.
Oh, I'm a
European.
good teacher. I'm a good teacher.
Oh my gosh, that would
know.
make us go viral. Watch
That'd be a
Mike.
great TikTok. That'd be fantastic.
I mean, you could. I
Ryan,
can have
aren't I
my
a
first
good teacher
experience
on
in a
how to
car with you.
drive?
Yeah.
I'm good at teaching people how to drive. I taught my wife and my sons how to drive.
Oh, really?
Well, he let you start steering real young.
Yeah.
You like will just lean over and
Okay.
steer the wheel when you're going down the street, stuff like that. But then, yeah,
Well,
I mean, I remember I was pretty quick learning. I
I can't say for girls, but when dads are getting their son's first car for them or helping them get their first car, it's a big deal.
oh,
It's a big deal. It's like we've been waiting 17 years for this moment. It's a
Aw.
big deal. Yeah, I love doing it.
Logan wants a Bugatti, a Lamborghini, or a Ferrari. That's what he's asked
Fern,
for.
we better sell more
Yeah,
flowers.
gotta sell a lot more flowers.
We can get him the Power Wheels one, the
Let
the
them roll
ride-along
out.
one.
Let them roll out
Yeah.
in it. Too funny. Too funny. So, talk to us. Do you have any advice for somebody who's maybe starting a social media, maybe wanting to put themselves out there and want to showcase, some
a
advice?
flower social media.
A flower social media. Any advice for somebody out there?
I know it sounds cliche, but I think it's really important to always be authentic, like whatever that looks like for you, because I think that's something that's very subjective. And I say that just because now there's a lot more people doing flowers on social media, which is great. Like, I think that's what we need. We need it to be like diverse and pluralized and have lots of different content out there because we need people to kind of see and love and know flowers. But I see a lot of kind of friends as well who are like, oh, I want to do social media and like this is what I want to be like and this is who I want to kind of imitate. It doesn't, and I think it's good to have inspiration but not to directly copy. And I think if you look at kind of people who have had a lot of success on social media, not just in flowers but in anything, they're always very authentic. And if you love them or hate them, you've never seen that type of content before. They kind of originated it. So that's why I think that's the most important thing, you know, kind of get inspired by people, really like think about who you are and what you want to do, but just try and do something that's just
do it in an authentic way.
And relevant to you, you know. I think it's important rather than trends are really important, and kind of like looking at what's doing well and kind of like copying that too. But you always need to put your personal spin on everything to make you stand out, because otherwise you're just like another.
That's so true.
Yeah, no copy.
Question, Alex. Besides yourself, who would be your top 3 flower people on social media that people should start following that might not know who they are? Who's your top 3?
I can't really answer that, and I don't say this in any, it sounds like a little bit conceited from me, but I really try not to watch that much content, especially flower content, because for me, I find personally that it clouds my vision, and I always start comparing myself, which I don't like, and then I can't be creative. So I'm like, oh, well, this person is doing this, and this person is getting this amount of views. And there was a time last year when it was just so overwhelming for me that I thought I can't be watching more flower content. So I can't answer, but there are some incredible people out there doing amazing things with flowers. But yeah, I can't give 3 names. I'm sorry.
I can give him the flower hat, the flower fangirl, and Jeff Fresh Flowers.
Exactly. There we go. Those are my top 3.
Boom.
And Flower God. Sorry.
Yeah, flower.
What about the guy who goes into
Very
the grocery
modest
store
name.
and slams the rainbow roses? Remember you showed me that video?
Oh.
Who's that?
We don't talk about that.
His
guy.
account is
That
actually
guy
fun to
sucks.
follow. I like that guy's account.
What's his name?
I don't remember his name. Though.
I like the guy who does. He makes his wife a bouquet every week, and I love that guy. That guy's so cool. Like it's just, and it's like what you said. He prefaces with like, I'm not a florist. You know what I mean? But this is what I like to do, and he just has fun with the flowers.
I like the guy. Yeah. I like the guy that starts off dancing, and he's showing one
September Studios,
and then he drops it, and then boom, you got this beautiful arrangement.
Yeah, he's
love
awesome.
that guy.
He was actually in the States recently, and because he's Australian, and he was with our friend.
He survived Australia. Everything down there tries to kill you. Literally.
He was with our friend Andy.
That's why he's dancing. He's trying to avoid like snakes.
There's spiders and snakes and kangaroos trying to get him.
So and sourced by Commerce Drew said he was a really cool guy. September Studios, and I think that's super.
Do you follow Source for You by Commerce Drew, Alex?
you gotta follow. That's Andy. Another one you gotta follow.
If you don't, you should.
Deep cut.
If you don't, you should.
Should also follow Ariama's Garden Center, right? Who else?
Uncle Freddie. All right, so
Uncle
hold up.
Freddie.
We got some questions for you, Ryan. You gonna rattle them off?
Let's do it. Oh. Okay, answer these. Just your gut responses. Don't try not to overthink them.
Okay.
Or should these be like? Actually, now I'm thinking about it. I wonder if his answers are going to be more like Spain-based or U.S.-based.
Doesn't matter. It's him.
They're Alex.
We're getting to
know. No, I was
Alex.
wondering if we should like tailor it in any way. Like,
no, I want to hear
this or that versus.
I want to hear Miami Alex's version.
Okay, got it. All right, let's do it. What is your favorite sandwich?
My favorite sandwich? I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite sandwich. I'm sorry. I'm going to be horrible at this game.
Okay, what about your favorite flower?
My favorite flower, I would say, is probably a delphinium.
Okay. Do you have an opinion on the most overrated flower?
No, I think all flowers, they have their role and they're all great in specific contexts.
What about
underrated flower?
Underrated flower? So this is just from a Spanish perspective. I love carnations, and in Spain, everybody hates. Well, they don't hate carnations because it's something like like a red carnation is very emblematic, but they always associate them with being like funeral flowers or really cheap flowers, which they are. But I love them.
That is the number one answer we get.
Really?
Yeah, number one underrated flowers.
But no one ever talks about the fragrance of carnations, which has a very unique fragrance. I love. Yeah.
I'm gonna go smell them now.
I prefer the fragrance of pom poms. I love a fresh bunch of pom poms. Smells amazing.
Good answer. Okay. What is the scariest animal?
The scariest animal? I don't like bugs that much, but I will never like kill a bug in my house. But actually, had this thing last year.
There's
oh my goodness, I know.
Everywhere.
I had this really stupid cockroach last year in my house in Spain, and it kept coming into the kitchen, and it was in the kitchen, and I like scooped it up and like threw it out of the kitchen window.
Came right back with four friends.
Came back the next day. I did the same thing, and then it came back the third day. I was like, "What are you, stupid?" So my flatmate like killed it, and I was like, I was trying to like help it, but yeah.
We can't hear you, Mike. What'd you say?
I'm muted because your mother just came back from the store and she's rattling all that stuff, and I don't want you to hear it. But I was saying that those must be homing roaches. You take them across town and they'll still come back.
Maybe.
Like a pigeon.
Like raccoons.
Homing pigeon.
And pigeons.
There was no chance it was 3 different cockroaches?
No, it was fat and slow and stupid. So
I like it's a stupid cockroach.
it was like no brain power in that thing. Jeez. I gave it plenty of opportunities.
Too funny.
Okay, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Oh, a superpower? I think I would enjoy flying, or I'm a terrible gossip, actually. It's my favorite hobby, so I would also enjoy being invisible, just to kind of like get in on like lots of different situations that I could then gossip about. Other superpower, I don't know. Yeah, probably those two. Maybe time travel.
That's a good one. Would you go forward or backwards?
Probably backwards, just to spend time with people that like I can't spend time with anymore, more than anything.
Don't cry.
But I'd also like to see the dinosaurs. So.
Emotional.
You're what? Like dinosaurs?
I'd like to see the dinosaurs too for time travel. But...
Have you done a series on dinosaurs yet? Dinosaur-inspired bouquets?
I got a request like a couple of weeks ago to do bouquets based off of the personalities of dinosaurs. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll do that one next. But
roaches date back to the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That stupid roach was probably a million years old.
Oh my goodness, maybe.
Too funny.
That's a very specific request, the personality of dinosaurs.
Yeah, but I liked it. I feel like it could go either way. It could be a horrible video, or it could be like a really creative one.
I was going to ask, what is the weirdest request you've gotten? Is it that one? Because that's a very odd request.
Yeah, sometimes the weirdest ones are the best ones, though. They're the most creative ideas. Weirdest ones? Right. No, I have kind of things that get requested all the time, like over and over.
What's the most popular one?
OnlyFans, but that's not like flower related. That would be that one.
Like for you to do an OnlyFans, or for you to...
No, for me to do it. And then, yeah, after that, it's actually like just kind of like things related to me. Like people are always interested in like skincare, hair care, like what I do in the shower, which is actually pretty related to OnlyFans.
Interested in your curls, because my son has curls like that. And
really?
I keep telling him, yeah, you need to put product in.
Oh my gosh. Well, this is the amazing thing about America, because like I'd never done like a hair care routine, but then it's so humid and hot here.
Oh yeah.
But there's so many amazing products because I have very like coarse, dense, curly hair. So if I don't do anything, like it's just like really out of control. But here, you can go into like Target and there's like aisles and aisles of products. So yeah, I'm enjoying.
He's loving.
Yeah,
totally American though.
It is.
Poor Alex is gonna go back to Madrid and they're gonna be like, "What is this American here?"
Yeah,
his hair's gonna look good though.
Yeah.
Damn right.
I try. Thanks, guys.
Okay, if you could have lunch with a TV or movie character, who would it be?
Fictional or historical?
I don't know. I don't think I have one person that really stands out in my mind as being like, I really want to like have a lunch with this person. So yeah, I don't think I have an answer for that one. Sorry. You see, I told you I was going to be horrible at this. Like,
horrible.
Yeah.
If you could have your funeral flowers, what flowers would you have at your funeral?
Oh, I feel like just really classy and white. I would want everybody crying, everyone dressed in black.
You must cry.
You must cry.
Yeah, I think I would want like just like traditional white flowers and
the entrance is the amount of tears you have.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, show me your tissue.
Show me you love me.
I don't want a celebration of life. I don't want a colorful funeral.
I want everybody sad.
Yeah, I want everybody there. Professional mourners could be invited as well.
That's amazing.
So, yeah. I should get that job, a professional crier.
Yeah, my mum is like that. She goes anywhere and cries at anything. So I'm like, Mum, you can do that.
Yeah. You can make money doing that for sure.
Yeah,
you could definitely do that. What is your go-to drunk food?
Oh my god!
After a night of drinking.
And I think fried. I'm just trying to think. So like, it's different here because I'm still getting used to the nightlife. Like in Spain, we go out and you stay out to like 7 because that's when the clubs close, and then you go for breakfast. So in Spain, it would be like breakfast food that I would eat drunk. Here, it's kind of like I go home at like kind of 3 or 4. So usually like, whatever is there. But I'm still figuring it out.
We got to take you to Waffle House.
Have you been? Have you been to Taco Bell at 3 in the morning?
I have another 3. I went to IHOP at like 3 last time. That was like the last one we went to, which was great. But yeah. No,
so you go to Taco Bell line. There'll be like 2 people on a scooter. then you got a Maybach, and then you got a person in a normal car. It's just a collection of people from
Taco
around.
Bell doesn't discriminate.
Does
That's
not
the thing.
discriminate.
Only with your stomach. It's horrible.
Oh, God,
Don't
yeah.
eat it. Yeah, don't go to Taco Bell. But what
No,
kind of
weird.
breakfast food would you get in the morning over there? Like
In Spain?
eggs or
It depends. Like you could go down like a sweet route, so like churros, chocolate, like for breakfast, or I love the McDonald's breakfast menu as well. To be honest with
yeah, but the McDonald's breakfast over there, not here.
you. Hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just depends like what we're all in the mood for, to be honest.
Although-
but usually a sweet breakfast, I would say.
Although I do have
And
to
then
say,
bed.
McDonald's pancakes. This is two fat guys talking flowers. That's why we're talking food. McDonald's pancakes.
Joel
are
Joel
so
had
fluffy.
a McGriddle.
I don't think I've ever had
Joel
pancakes
had
at
a McGriddle for
McDonald's
the first
before.
time.
Yeah, they're
That was the
good.
first time I had a McGriddle. Was like a month ago. That was one of the best foods I've had in my.
It's not even food. It's
I
grown
don't
in
know what
a.
it was.
It's grown in a.
What is that, waffle sandwich, Ryan?
No, it's
It's like the bread is like pancake bread
correct.
almost.
Like pancake
wow.
with syrup. It's like
Oh,
pancake
yum.
with syrup baked in.
So I don't
It's
eat
wild.
very much. Like
You
I don't
don't?
like food and stuff, but
Mm.
that, yeah.
Oh,
I
you
enjoy
guys.
it. I could eat like 50 of those things.
He likes to work out late too, so you guys are the same. Because Joel works out all day,
Yeah.
and
Really?
yeah, every night he has to work out. Yeah. Are you a morning workout or a nighttime workout guy?
Since I moved to America, like everything's all over the place. Normally morning, just because I like to like
Get
work.
it done.
Yeah, and like go like I love going to like fitness classes, and I used to do CrossFit for like 3 years. So I love just like starting my day with like music and like good vibes, good energy, and like just like super intense when I wake up because I'm very sleepy in the morning, so it takes me a while.
You're living in Brickell now.
No, in Miami Beach.
Oh,
in
Miami
South
Beach. Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
You haven't been to Muscle Beach yet?
No, I have. So the first 2 weeks, my best friend was here from Spain with me. He helped me with the move, and we didn't have a gym membership, so we'd go there. And it was, I wouldn't say it was the most like effective
A little
one because-
overrated.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
but it was nice
though.
to have as a free resource.
It's beautiful to see all these
Mike, your
beautiful,
face
Oh my
like
goodness.
healthy people.
I would love to. I would love to hear Joel's review of Muscle Beach.
Yeah.
Why
It's
don't you-
overrated.
Why?
It's people have have like an imagination of what it actually is, but once you go to work out there, especially if you go to like a gym often,
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
go, you kind of see that they don't have the things that you kind of need to work
Right.
out,
Yeah,
and it's more just for looks.
I don't know. I could sit there and watch everybody work out because everybody's beautiful. They don't have a freaking ounce of fat.
I know.
There's a guy that does.
Why are you fat shaming people?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like there's also a guy on First
fat
that
shame
does
people.
workouts, and everybody there that works out on First Street, like it's right by the little plaza. I don't know. I'll tell you guys by Smith and Walensky.
Collins.
Yes. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh, he's amazing. I just watch. I like to see people physical, like working out. You know, I don't personally like working out anymore. I can't
Love
work
that
out.
for you.
I'm an old lady now, so
You're
I can't
not.
work out.
Oh my
You're
god,
not.
Mimi.
Yeah,
Stop
I know.
Where do you work out, Joel?
Well, I go to a lot of gyms. But
Oh, you do?
There's one right here. It's called an Amped,
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's I go to for like 3-4 times a week.
okay.
Yeah.
Like 3 hours, 4 hours.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, every day.
Two
Wow.
and a half.
Gosh.
There's a lot of people. So
Yeah.
you kind of have to just kind of.
But he's
Working
also
with
just
people.
he's just also like hitting on girls, I think.
Leave him. Let him do his thing. He's supposed to. Alex, could you, if people want to reach out to you, people want to get in contact with you, what's the best way?
Any way they want, you can like DM me on Instagram, or you can send me an email.
What's your Instagram? What's your email?
Yeah, Instagram is AC Floral Studio, but that's the same across all socials. And then my email is just info@acfloralstudio.com. So yes, however you want to.
And then last question.
Okay.
Could you suggest a guest for the future for us to have on the podcast?
Like Miami based?
Anywhere.
Anyway, I think you need to get Julio to come down. From
I
the
know,
Flower
I love
Hut.
him. He's
or like
awesome.
take it to Montana and take it on the road.
Oh, that would be awesome. Let's go to Montana.
You should do it in Spanish as
That'd be
well,
great, yeah.
like the podcast.
Oh, well,
Like,
you know
and
what? Go ahead. Just ask Alex something in Spanish. His Spanish is beautiful.
Who?
Alex.
No, I don't know what to ask him.
No, dime tu flor favorita.
Bueno, tú eres mi flor favorita. Siempre. No hay más.
He's got the Riz.
We're gonna-
He's got the Riz. I like
We need
it.
to record his voice. Yeah, we need to record it.
There
Did
you
you
go.
do an audio book of your book? Did you do an audio version?
Could you imagine?
Now you got to do it in
Yeah,
Spanish.
Kevin. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's not many like flower podcasts in Spanish.
No.
Arianis and I were talking about it the other day to do something
yeah,
because
you should.
I mean there's so many people that like
Vamos a hablar en español, en SAP. Dos
Sap.
gordos hablando flores en SAP.
You should.
It's pretty good.
Sign us off in Spanish.
Sign us out. I've done this. Now you're God.
And then say goal really long.
All right, so we're good.
Send
hit
us off in
everything.
Spanish with an English accent.
Oh
No,
no,
you
Yeah.
can't do it. You can't do it. You broke my head already.
Yes, you can. You can do it.
No.
Do it.
Gracias por escuchar este episodio de Dos Gordos Hablando Flores, a donde siempre te vamos a dar lo bueno, lo malo y lo bonito de las flores. Joel, no, right? No?
Fail.
Lo feo. I forgot feo. You see, I'm thrown off. God. Joel, Mimi, Mike, Miguel Negro de la Cotopaxi, La Tacunga, Ryan y el guest de nosotros.
El
I lost it. Come on, guys.
You're doing great.
This is Miami. It's Spanglish here.
Yeah.
It's Spanglish. That's the kind of Spanish we speak. Alex, thank you so much for being a guest.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
having
guys
me. I
for
appreciate it.
Guys.
Have a great day, guys. Thank you.